which means we're probably live by now. YouTube kind of likes
Ooh,
to do that. So,
it does, doesn't it? It's like you are live. And so today, talking about being alive, we go, are you walking backwards through life? What do you mean by this? Well, imagine this for a moment. You're walking down a road, the sun is rising ahead of you, the horizon is filled with possibility, yet you're facing the opposite way. You're facing the other way. You're looking at your shadow. You're walking backwards. Your eyes are glued to where you've been, not where you're going. That's the way most people live their lives. It's actually in us, it's in our brain, it's in our midbrain, it's in our awareness. So, where most humans are not consciously going about their life, no one wakes up and says, I'd like to spend today staring at the past. They're not choosing that. Yet the brain, left unchecked, is basically a memory machine. It's a search algorithm for your past. It doesn't predict the future, it recalls the past. Now, neuroscientists like Dr. Joe Dispenza reminds us that most of our thoughts today are the same as the thoughts we had yesterday. If 95% of our thinking is just repetitive, repeating and repeating, then 95% of our tomorrow looks an awful lot like our yesterday, which means walking backwards actually feels normal. You feel safe. You feel comfortable repeating your past. Now, here's the challenge. Our nervous system evolved to keep us safe. So therefore, that thing that's keeping us alive and everything is looking to keep us safe. Pain, loss, rejection, these experiences imprint deeply on us. Carl Jung said, until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate. Oh, I'm always unlucky. Yeah, you're creating it. In other words, we are driven more by avoiding what once hurt us more than by moving towards what could inspire us. Let me just say that we have most of our life, our thoughts, and our practices in avoiding, in looking to avoid something that hurt us in the past, more so than work towards a future. So think about it. As a child, there you touched a hot stove once. The brain encodes never again. That's useful for survival. Yet when heartbreak, relationships fail, or humiliation happens, you get picked on, the same encoding occurs. Oh, don't try that again. Don't risk again. Before long, our personal identity is shaped less by who we want to become and more by what we don't want to feel. It's not about what we want to become. It's about, oh, I don't want to feel this. So we play a game of avoidance. Paul Young, the psychotherapist, calls this living as a reaction. We become reactive beings, not creative beings. And creation is forward facing. Reaction is backwards facing. Now, quantum physics tells us something fascinating. The field of infinite possibility, call it the quantum field, call it the unified field, call it God. It doesn't matter what you call it, it exists only in the present moment. Greg Braden often speaks about this. The heart's coherence with the field opens doors to realities that don't exist yet. We can create them. When we are anchored in the past, we collapse our potential into the narrow corridor of what has already been, what we've already experienced, and what we expect to experience and therefore create that expectation. Now, when we orientate forward with intention, we open probability into possibility. So let's return to a moment to that little imagination that we started right at the beginning. You're walking down a path, a road. Imagine moving backwards down that road, eyes locked on all the things that you wish hadn't happened. Every step forward is guiding by avoiding the potholes you've already seen in your life. Yet here's the irony. While you're avoiding the pothole behind you, you're tripping over the opportunity in front of you. So as you try to avoid those things that hurt you, you trip and fall over the opportunities that are potentially there for you. All those affirmations, all those prayers are right there, and yet you've turned away from them. Now, here's the invitation I have for you. Turn around, face forward. The past doesn't vanish. It simply takes its rightful place. Behind you, the wisdom stays, the understanding, the experiences, yet the weight of it all doesn't. So how do we just turn around? There's three simple steps. Step one, awareness. We begin noticing when we are making decisions based on fear of the past rather than vision of the future. Am I choosing this because I don't want pain again or because I truly desire this path? Step two, emotional release. Energy healing, therapy, breath work, whatever tool works for you, gives us the ability to release the emotional charge of old memories. When the charge is gone, the memory can remain as knowledge, not as a prison. And then step three, just rehearse the future. As Dr. Dispenza says, we must fire to wire. What fires together, wires together. Neural pathways in our brain. That means imagining in vivid detail the future we want, not just as a thought, but with emotion. Feeling it as though it's already happened. This conditions the body to trust in what hasn't yet arrived. Einstein said, emotion, now E equals mc squared. Einstein said imagination is more important than knowledge. Get that? Imagination. Why? Because knowledge is of the past, imagination is of the future. So let me just ask you, what would your life look like if you stopped being a prisoner of memory and became a pioneer of possibility? What would it look like if every step you took was guided by vision, not avoidance? It doesn't mean we ignore the past. It means we stop worshiping it. We stop reliving it again and again and again. It means we take the lesson, drop the luggage, and turn our eyes towards the horizon. Jung reminded us that wholeness is not achieved by cutting off the past, but by integrating it. The paradox is this: once integrated, the past loses its grip. It becomes a stepping stone instead of a stumbling blocks. So next time you catch yourself replaying the pain, the loss, the betrayal, pause. Just pause. Ask, am I walking backwards right now? And if you are, smile. Thank your brain for trying to protect you. That's its job. And then gently just turn around, face your future. The horizon is waiting. The field of possibility is already alive with your potential. The only question is, will you keep walking backwards, or will you finally face forward and step into who you were always meant to become? Because remember, life isn't happening to you, it's happening for you. And the choice to walk backwards or walk forward is completely yours.
I love it. That was great. Cool.
Yeah.
Very good stuff. Yeah, that's like definitely like what are we focused on? Where our focus goes, and we say this all the time, your focus goes, your attention go your
Energy flows where
attention.
attention goes.
Exactly.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
focus on, you create. So if you focused on all the problems that are in your life, you're going to create more opportunity to experience similar problems
Yeah.
because our brain is not designed to, I mean, it does have that design capability for imagination, creativity, um, and success and joy. Yet its number one purpose is to keep you, the physical entity, alive. So anything different or new could be dangerous. So most people are going through life trying to avoid the things they don't like. And you try to have a conversation with anybody. How many people, when you try to point something out you don't like, get super defensive? They're defending, they're protecting against what they don't like, as opposed to looking at what it is you're just saying. And remember the three things we talked about last week, where we said how you can deal with any problem. What happened without the emotional story? What do you want? What can you do? What happened is becoming aware. What do you want and what can you do is taking action towards your future.
Awesome. Well, thanks for joining us today, you guys. We absolutely adore having you here. We're really appreciative. If you want to join us live, we're going to drop off the live right now and we're going to do some one-on-one different work. We use some different modalities. It's a combination of emotion code, pranic healing, some different modalities, but we share them with you. We go into some private stuff. So um, that way it can be more personal. So that's how we do it. But if you want to join us live, you can. We're here every Tuesday at 6 p.m. And just go to toxicminefield.com. And that's it.